Hey guys, welcome back to Boosted Gaming. So today we have another Division 2 video for you. This is another build out for the Rigger gear set. I did have a previous video for it, but it wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. I now have it where I want it to be, so I decided to wait for the video. So this is now the updated one for you guys, and I think you guys will really like it. It's a really fun gear set, guys, so let's dive into it. Roll that clip. Hey guys, so diving straight into this build here, you can see that we've opted for the technician specialization, primarily to give us additional skill damage for this overall skill build. This one's actually very, very good. It's a very, very solid build, and it's a lot of fun to play with, especially once you understand how you can break down your skills and they are instantly right back. No cooldowns at all with this, which is fantastic. Getting to the actual gear pieces, you can see we've opted for the test subject. Primarily because this brings perfectly in sync. Hitting an enemy grants 20% skill damage for 5 seconds. Using a skill or damaging an enemy with a skill grants 20% weapon damage. If both of those are active, then your damage increases are doubled, which is fantastic. All right. So going to the secondary here, this is a Vector 45. It brings with it some Future Perfect. As you can see, that one gives you one skill tier for 15 seconds, up to 3 stacks. If you're at skill tier 6, it puts you in overcharge. That's why it's nice having that. Pistol, TDI card custom because it brings a skill tier, number 1. But number 2, because it also brings with it, or at least what we rolled into it, in sync. So this is the same as the test subject, but in pistol form. And obviously you can see perfectly in sync is 20%, pistol's only 15%. But again, it can double when those are both active. What's nice too is if you're running any directives and you've got like ammo hoarders or something like that, this will still allow you to get additional skill damage because you're using your pistol more. Getting into the actual gear set, you can see we've opted for the Rigger mask. One piece doesn't bring you anything except it does have the skill tier. You can see we rolled skill damage in it, and we actually have armor on kill because we don't need as much when it comes to skill duration, and we don't need to worry about skill haste. We'll get into that in a little bit. Going to our chest piece here, you can see we've opted for the Wyvern wear. That brings with it 10% skill damage for the one piece. This also has skill damage, does have skill haste in it, but again, we're not focused on any skill haste. And then obviously you can see armor on kill mod in there again. The talent that we opted for the chest is kinetic momentum. When in combat, each skill generates a stack while active or not on cooldown. Stacks will increase your total skill damage by 1%, total repair by 2%, up to 15 stacks per skill. Lost when it's on cooldown. Your skills are pretty much going to always be up. Granted, once you break them down and then you put them back up, this will reset. So you have to wait for it to gain full stacks again, but it's not that bad. Getting into the actual holster, this is the exotic. This is the waveform, and it brings with it a pretty unique skill, which is kind of nice. So you can see it comes with a skill tier. It's got skill damage, it's got skill haste, but it brings with it a talent called alternating current. Generate a stack of 3% skill damage on one of your skills every second, capping at 10 stacks. After 10 seconds, the capped stacks transfer to the other skill. The process then repeats ad infinitum. So in other words, this is always going to be active on one of your skills. So it'll either be active on, for us, the drone or the turret. And it's going to be fully stacked, right? So you're going to literally get this stack and it's just going to swap between them. Similar to kinetic momentum, except it's not active for both. It's only active for one at a time. But still makes your skill build that much more devastating. Getting into the second piece of the Rigger gear set here, it brings with it some skill haste. Again, not really needed on this, but that's fine. Then you can see we have skill tier as well as skill damage. The gloves unlock the skill duration of 15%, which is good because we will get a little bit of duration. Granted, I didn't opt for any duration mods, but that's because of the unique ability of the gear set. And then we have our 4-piece, which gives us Tend and Befriend, right? So the backpack unlocks the Tend and Befriend. Interacting with your deployed skills grants the skill 25% skill damage for 10 seconds. The buff cannot be refreshed. So any interaction would be you using and deploying the skill, right? Changing the target of the skill or healing the skill. And once that buff is initiated, it cannot be refreshed. All right, fair enough. So in other words, you can't just keep checking multiple targets, you know, and telling it to, hey, go to this target, hey, go to this target, hey, go to this target, and you're gonna get that 25% all the time. It's not going to refresh. That's all right. You can see also we opted for skill damage, skill duration, and then the talent on the backpack is very unique. Complete uptime, canceling skills will reset their cooldown, which is kind of cool because literally when you reset the skill, all it's going to do is it's going to break it down, bring it right back up. So you can see here we've opted for the striker drone. Again, more of a nuisance, but it actually does pretty good in terms of the amount of damage it can get. Plus, obviously, people are focusing that, so they're not focusing you as much. And then obviously we actually have our assault turret. And the reason is because you can put these out, you get that duration benefit, but then you also get the benefit of as soon as you break it down, it's right back up. So there is no waiting for any of your skills to be on cooldown. Obviously, this doesn't apply to your seekers because you're not breaking those down; those are just exploding. So then you got to wait for that cooldown. Same thing with the, like your pulse. This would work, however, with your a deployable skill. So anything like your turret, your drone, hives, traps, your decoy, anything you can break down that it will instantly reset. Things like your firefly won't work. Your chem, obviously, you're not breaking down a chem. So anything that you could break down, right? So anything that's out and then you break down. But that's it for this build, guys, and it's a lot of fun. It really, really is. As you can see in the gameplay, it's just a fun build. You know, if you're, yeah, you can pick up your skill, but typically when you pick up your skill, what happens? It goes on cooldown anyway, right? It's just a shorter cooldown period. But when you have this skill set and you have this brand set on, as soon as you break it down, it's automatically back. So when you're running like a heroic world with 4 directives on, let's say, and not that whole, like you can see on my screen, I'm running a heroic with 4 directives. It's because that 5th one, you have to go pick up pieces in order to, refresh your skills. So not beneficial in that setting. Definitely beneficial without that one. But guys, this is a fun build and it's good for any level. And it's easy to make. And the fact that it's a green gear set just means that you can literally go through and god roll it. Because it's already going to have a core attribute you're not getting rid of. And then you can just roll what other attribute you want onto it. That's all it is. So you can literally have this god rolled in the matter of an hour. If you don't have the pieces already. So, but anyways, guys, thanks for joining me. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, share the page with your friends, and I got some more builds coming out for you guys, especially centered around the new gear set, the new gold gear set there, Empress. I got that one coming out soon as well, so make sure to stay tuned for that one. And guys, y'all stay classy till the next video, and I will check y'all out later. Peace.